I got hit in HDM, September 1994, September 22nd, 1994. I got hit up in 8 Block when I went to war with the Kings.
I remember.
You was in the building.
What's your mentality on that? What was you as being a Spanish man, right? What's your mentality about becoming blood? And is your mind, in your mind, is blood a black gang?
No, because you got people from Cambodia who are blood over in the West Coast, and they a rap group. You know who I'm talking about? The heavy set dude,
the Booyah tribe,
the long hair.
Booyah tribe, Booyah tribe.
Yeah, Booyah tribe. Booyah tribe. They're Cambodia. They blood. They're Spanish.
I think they're Samoan. I think they Samoans.
They're Cambodian.
I think
they're Cambodian, but they're blood. So how can blood be a black gang if you got Cambodians? That's Asian. You heard? You got Asian Crips. You got Asian blood. You got Spanish blood. You got white blood. You got blacks. Blood is a banner. If you're against what we stood for, oppression, we stood against oppression. If you stood against that, where's the color in it? Oppression don't have no color.
Well,
oppression can come on any.
So in your mind, you didn't look at it as a black gang. You looked at it as a gang that was against oppression.
It was a movement that was against the police and the Spanish oppression.
Okay, so how did the Latin Kings react to you becoming blood? Like, what was some of the stuff that? What was some?
Oh, there was hatred. There was pure hatred behind that. I got hit up. I got hit in HDM, September 1994, September 22nd, 1994. I got hit up in 8 Block when I went to war with the Kings.
I remember.
You was in the building. You, Paulie, and everybody was down in 4 Block. That happened in 8 Block.
No, we had a squad in 4 Block. You had Ron Du, Ace, Paulie, Sincere, Shoe,
Ron Du.
Everybody, yeah, I said Ron Du, Uptown, Panna. Man, we had a mob. Ty Guns.
Steve-O, Aggie.
We had a hit squad up in there. But go ahead, finish telling me about what happened in 8 Block.
I mean, that was HDM. When I was in there.
Speak about HDM first. Before you talk about your incident, tell me about HDM during that time when we
wow.
Because a lot of niggas talk about HDM during that time, like 94, 95, and they wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't there. Okay. Or they was locked down.
No, the whole building wasn't locked down.
I'm just saying that they was locked down. Like 3, 5, and 1, 3, 5, and 1A, 1B was
exactly 1A, 1B was adolescent, 3 Block and 5 Block. They was all CPSU, the bank. 2 Block, 6 Block, 4 Block, 6 Block, 7 Block, and 8 Block was all population. And you had 3 tiers. In the front, you had 3 tiers in the back. You had 21 cells on each tier. But since the 80s, when a lot of dudes were getting thrown off the 3rd tier and dying,
they closed 3rd tier, yeah.
They closed the whole 3rd tiers down. They only used the 1st and 2nd tier. If you wasn't paying or you wasn't somebody, you didn't get time on that phone, especially at night. A lot of people would say, well, that's wrong. Everybody has a right to talk to their family. Everybody did touch that phone during the daytime. Everybody that had a phone back then, And if you was on Rikers Island back then, you know what I mean by that. Everybody that had a phone made sure that everybody else that didn't have no time, slot time, they got to use and call their family during the daytime.
Right.
Yeah, HDM, for those that are not really familiar with what HDM is, and when we say it, it's the original beacon. The beacon was mimicked after HDM. HDM was the maximum jail on Rikers Island. Everything was cells. Everything was old school. Turn the handle to lock the cell and to open up the cell. So you wasn't popping out your cells like you did at the 4 building or in the 3 building or in the Beacon Bing. You're not doing that in HDM. You're not doing that at all. But HDM back then was a lot of stabbings, a lot of cuttings, a lot of shit went down. A lot of people got killed. Like, a lot of shit went down in that building, man. And a lot of police set a lot of people up. Barely set me up.
I'm very
like.
Hey,
it is what it is, man.
How did that?
I got hit 7 times. Well, September 22nd, 1994, me turning blood prior to that, a year prior to this date, the individual that was allegedly head of the Latin Kings at the time, and that was a dope fiend, put the hit out on me because I wouldn't sell him nothing, and I used to violate him verbally. I was young, I was cocky, I was arrogant, and I just didn't care back then. So I did what I did, and he put the hit out on me, and I got hit up, and I wound up going to court for 2 new charges of hitting 2 of them up. I got it on with 5 individuals, and I didn't run. I stood my ground. It is what it is. But these little scars that I got, they don't make me, they don't break me. I'm still the same individual that everybody has so much love for, that HDM wasn't able to be opened up for 3 days behind me because dudes kept bugging out because I was never supposed to get hit up.
That happened inside the block?
Yeah, that happened in the block, and 8 block on the A side between the stairs, between the A and... I mean, anybody that know that was in HDM back then knows you got the pull-up bar and the 190 right there in the slop sink at the bottom of the stairs between the tiers, between the front and the back side. That's where it went down. I got it on with 5 of them right there at the stairs. It wasn't no running. It was, let's get busy, and it is what it is. Like so I wound up with 2 new charges.
How did that happen?
And going to court and catching more time. Because 2 people told on me. The 2 people that I cut. They said that I cut them. And these are supposed to be gangsters. But nobody went to court behind me. I went to court. I took a 2.5 to 5 for that. For assault in the 3rd degree. So 2 E felonies. No, 2 E felonies. 2 E felonies.
So you get cut 8 times. I remember when that shit happened.
Right there in Bronx Supreme Court, right there in the basement. That's where everybody that caught a new charge on Rikers Island back then went to Bronx Supreme Court right there in the basement.
Yeah,
That's where they went to get arraigned and where they went to court for new cases.
Oh yeah, I know that very well.
A lot of people would question my loyalty to my oath, because a lot of people don't would not believe that a Crip can turn blood or a blood can turn Crip. You know, that if you a Latin King, how can you turn blood? Because it shows that you were never loyal to your Latin King oath, and now how are you loyal to a blood oath? So that was brought up in my time, you know, being incarcerated and growing up in this. You know, I've been part of this movement since '93. You know, a lot of people know me, a lot of people don't. A lot of people heard about me. A lot of people like me, a lot of people don't. There's a lot that hate me. There's a lot that will lie on me and try to throw dirt on my name, but don't have nothing to back or substantiate what they say. But I don't care. To me, if I'm not, I must be doing something right if they still talking about me after all these years. You know.
Let me ask you something.
But
let me ask you something personal. Hold up. Let me be, because this is something that. What's the difference between somebody, a young kid that joined the gang, and a kid that don't? What's the difference? Like, what makes what makes, if you both expose the same thing? What's the mentality of somebody that joined the gang?
In the same age bracket?
Yeah.
Do they have the same circumstances of growing up? Are they in single-parent households in poverty? Because majority of kids who are in the street, not incarcerated, in the street, that join gangs, are from impoverished neighborhoods and single-family homes that live beyond the poverty line. And they join gangs to find a family that will go for them protection and love that they don't get at home. Now in jail, some join it out of anger. You know, I'm one of them. I joined it out of anger. You know what I'm saying? And some join it for protection. And some join it because that's their nature. That's just who they really want to be. And when they get part of that, they go all the way into where they really live that. I got turned out of anger. I thought I was angry at somebody that I was told the old man SMD. So I cut him. So I turned out of anger. I didn't know I turned the Latin King by doing that. I told you I was deceived when I turned. But when I turned with my heart then. But then in '93, when I seen who Blaze left it to, and my eyes got open to a lot of other things within that circle with that dog food, I couldn't follow it no more, bro. I just couldn't for personal reasons.
All right.
Not saying that all those that rep Latin King are dope fiends, crackheads, or anything, or bad or foul individuals, or not gangsters. Nah. You got some that is straight up gangsters and straight up good dudes that don't oppress people, that really uplift their people because that was their purpose.
What's the percentage of those?
Very small. Just like nowadays, it's very small percentage of homies, damus, that's really fighting against oppression. And I would just point out to you like this. Look at G-Mac. Look at Tribe Gangster. Everything on the news right now. They got the media boycott black murder. He's part of that. Mason's part of that. You got the homies part of real positive movements right now out there fighting against oppression. But that's just a small number. Everybody else is out there just doing what they do. I'm not going to elaborate on it because I don't have no knowledge of what they others are doing. I just know what I'm doing and what I see of the positive things that I'm seeing on the news and who is in the clips. You know what I'm saying? I can speak on that. I can't speak on what others are doing.
Well, they say that's the last level, you know what I'm saying, the gangsters, activism. You know what I mean? And so who do you look for? Like what's your inspiration today, though, Polo? Like, what do you look for? Who do you look at that inspires you in that kind of way still today? Like anybody,
My
like
kids. My kids. My
Mm.
kids inspire me to keep that fire burning within my soul, that I have to stand against any form of oppression that may come against them with trickery and deceit from either from their school classmates or from the teachers. You know, they the ones that motivate me to stay on my toes and to always be keen to their surroundings, because it don't matter about me no more, it's about them. And as long as I can do that for them, I can show them why the principles and morals of standing up against oppression in every form that is even today, that is being fought against today, that'll help change their life and help shape their future to where they can turn around and help shape the future of generation behind them, their children. And they could give the growth and development of real background education instead of these lies. And like Christopher Columbus discovered America, he never discovered nothing. He never came here. And that how you discover something that was already here. So things of that nature, you know, elements are like that. They will be able to teach the next masses what the truth is.
All right, my last question for now, right? Because you know we're gonna get some more hot topics thrown at you probably through the comments, and we'll move from there. But let me ask you this last question, right? Do you have any regrets when you look at your life? Like I know it's a cliche question, but I really want to know that. Like what do you look at? How do you look at life today?
Yeah, I got a lot of regrets. The end of it, like my mom's got killed February 7th, 2012 while I was on Rikers Island. After that, they found her body February 9th, 2012. I ain't found out about it until February 10th, 2012. When I came back from parole, my little shorty in Queens had told me that my mom had passed. Then the individual that did it started writing me, bragging that he got away with it and that he was able to do it. And I didn't give him the reaction he wanted. I just ripped the letters and flushed it. But I don't even wish nothing bad on him that did that. You heard?
All right, I guess we can end it with that, man. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you pulling up. You know what I'm saying? And giving me some insight, because you know what I mean. Some of those questions that people ask, I have those same questions too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you did a good job of explaining that. You feel me?
I want to give a big up to Mel Cross, Mason, everybody at SOS, everybody Tribe Gangsta, everybody at GMAC,
K-Born,
everybody that is part of SOS that is really out there putting their life on the line, being a credible messenger to save these kids, man. And I big up everybody that's part of that movement, man. And other than that, we just need to keep doing it more as a whole, we need to all come together and please, man, put the guns down, man. What happened to knuckling up, man? We can't take an ass whipping no more. Everybody can't win every fight, but at least you get up to see the next day, and you can be respected as a man. Nobody got to go to a funeral or die over some bullshit.
They don't know.
It's not that deep, man.
They think they know what jail's about, though.
Nah, man, but it's not that deep. Value your own life. If you don't value yourself, you can't value others. You can't expect others to value you. Love yourself, man. Oppression starts with self.